Of course, every day I talk to Al Haymon. Every day I'm texting Al Haymon, and he's sending me money every day. It went from 5,000 a day, 10,000 a day, 2,500 a day, 1,500 a day, 1,000 a day, 750 a day, 500 a day, and then it got to $250 a day, and then it was like, Then it was like, hey. Now, I ain't took no check from this. Now he'll tell me, okay, this what you making, da-da-da. I ain't took no check in the last six fights. I know I got money. Where
so money? You're saying that this is money. Now he's not loaning you. This is money. This is your money.
This is my money.
Right. He's helping you not spend it all.
Leading question.
This is my money. So
leading the witness, Your Honor.
I know I got money, but it'll get times, and it'll just be one of them days. And me and Al relationship is different than these other fighters, man. Like, so when I talk to him how I talk to you.
Wow.
Like, look, hey, if you hear me, no, I'm serious. If you hear me talk to Al, like, this the way we communicate, and because, that's just me.
When's the last time you spoke to Al, eh?
Let's stop right there. As you can see on the screen, next week, February the 25th, on pay-per-view, you can buy it through your DAZN cable provider as well, not just only online. Adrien Broner is going to be returning. How long has he been off? He's 33 years old. Let me check real quick. I forgot to look up the layoff. The last time he fought was against Giovanni Santiago. By the way, Giovanni Santiago just fought recently, this past weekend, on the Oshaki Foster versus Ray Vargas card. And he fought Mario Barrios, and he was stopped, correct? Yes, he was. So as you can see, since a lot of people felt that he had beat Adrien Broner, he went on to get brutally stopped by Gary Antoine Russell and then stopped by Mario Barrios. So the point I'm trying to make is Adrien Broner's back. He's been on a 2-year layoff. Another 2-year layoff. He had one fight in 2018 against Jesse Vargas, one fight 2019 against Manny Pacquiao, one fight in 2021 against Giovanni Santiago. And remember, last year he was supposed to fight Omar Figueroa, but due to mental health, he didn't end up fighting. So he's 33 years old, and you can tell like he's got like some miles on him. And this guy he's fighting, or the kid he's fighting, Michael Williams Jr. Well, let me show you this right here, and then you'll be able to determine yourself on why I feel Adrien Broner may be losing to this dude. Now, this was Michael Williams Jr. on the, as you can see, I have it there on the screen, on the Loma versus Comey undercard. One thing I love about ESPN and ESPN Plus, you can watch the full fight libraries of, I'm pretty sure it's every fight that they've had, the full cards, undercards, and everything. Showtime, PBC, they got to get with it. Yes, they do a good job putting their stuff on their YouTube channel, but in this day and age, we should have access to these full fight libraries. So basically, check this shit out right here.
Than my opponent, and that's the message Williams is sending right now. What a left from Bowser!
That's the kid he's fighting. But because Adrien Broner is Adrien Broner, I'm thinking like, yo, this kid's got a chance. Because we're going to play a little bit more of this DAZN Boxing interview with Adrien Broner, and you're going to find out that this motherfucker's still been drinking in camp. Don't bet no money on him. He can't be trusted. To where Kevin Cunningham had to pretty much pull him to the side, and on their way home from training one day had to tell him like, yo, what is you doing? Like, cut this shit out. Like, get in here, do this work. You don't get me wrong. Adrien Broner looks phenomenal. Let's not forget, he was a world-class athlete. So when he wants to get in shape, he can get into shape. And he said it also on this DAZN Boxing Show that when he's in the gym, he's in the gym. But when he's not in the gym, and this is, follow what I'm saying, he don't be in the gym. Like, he be fully checked out of boxing. But my concern is, how many more chances is he going to get at this level? Now, I understand how a lot of people feel about Adrien Broner and what you may have heard right there involving his relationship with Al Haymon. And that it's been well rumored for years now that Al Haymon fighters get, allowances. And it is to help, in my opinion, a guy like Adrien Broner and Floyd Mayweather too. I first heard it about Floyd years ago. And I was like, with Floyd, from what we know about his public spending habits and the multiple times the IRS was on his ass, I was like, that's smart. Like, as long as it's somebody you trust, they're holding on to your money. So with all Adrien Broner cases and the lawsuits that he's had, remember, so far, all that shit's been taken care of as far as we know of. And that's maybe where that Al Haymon money was going. Al, like, look, I'm going to give you a little allowances, but you running out, champ. And also, if I care about you, if I'm Al Haymon and I care about my fighter, now follow me. I'm going to be like, yo, I'm giving him $10,000 a day. And he'd just be blowing through it, ringing my phone. And it's like, the money's running out, champ. So it's like, I'm going to make sure you got the little bare necessity shit you need, but I'm not going to be just letting you blow your money. But at the end of the day, Adrien Broner's right. It is his money. And one thing we've learned about Adrien Broner, even if I don't agree with Fred, personally, Fred is a turncoat, like, Fred Hawthorne, who's, been really, really exposing a lot of things that's been going on with PBC. But Fred's been doing that because he's coming from a scorned place. You see what I'm saying? Like a bitter woman. I knew that about him. Like, he did some real slimy shit to me before, twice. And I confronted him in Philly. Funny enough, AK and Barack was there, and me and Barack almost got into some shit at J-Rock Rosario versus J-Rock Williams versus Jason Rosario. And I'm looking at him like, yo, I got beef with him. Why is you taking up for this nigga when you don't even know like what the shit is? That's how motherfuckers, wrong place. That's you can't get involved in that type of shit. But anyway, let me stay on topic. It was a whole big scene. Like, I'm talking, like, I was embarrassed, at the end of the day. But, like, Fred was on some like, him and Blue Blood was on some, like, coming at my character. Like, not to me personally, but like, I don't know. Your reputation is your reputation. So Adrien Broner's back. Here's the pay-per-view. As you can see, it's going to be $39.99, February the 25th on BLK Prime. I did cover and watch and purchased Terrence Crawford for David Evanesian, BLK Prime's first pay-per-view. And I was like, yo, this is some pretty solid production quality. So with Adrien Broner, for one, what is this weight at? That's a question that I have. Let me go check something really quickly. Michael Williams, the kid he's fighting, he is 20-1 with 13 KOs, 23 years old. Okay, so he's a natural 140 pounder. I'm guessing you can say he has fought at 147. So he can fight between 140, 147. Likely for Broner, don't be surprised if this fight's going to be at 147, because he has been on a layoff and he has been looking in like some real, like, phenomenal shape, as you can see. Here, compared to like the beer belly that he used to have. But to get back to a little bit more to this interview he did, I want you to listen to this. Oh, and thank you for listening to the Fight View 360 Boxing Podcast. And also, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you as well. Please take your time out. Like the video, subscribe. I will be here covering the BLK Prime card next week with Adrien Broner versus Michael Williams Jr.
I could tell you,
Still money owed. Don't you feel if it's owed to you, you should get it?
Hey, listen. I'll tell you this, and I'll tell anybody this. Al did for me and changed my life, So I don't care. I don't care about that because I'm a hustler, bro.
Right.
If I can listen, I've never been a type that'll just sit around and be broke. I know how to go make some money.
Right.
Everybody like, damn, how did he retire like that? I know he still got no. I was making millions off the NBA, but that's another conversation.
Now that's pretty damning. And And this is my personal opinion, and there's a lot of people, especially PBC fans, don't like when you start giving your opinion about PBC or Al Haymon. But my personal opinion is that's kind of how like Al Haymon keeps the hold on his fighters. You know, that allowance, like he'll owe you money and you really can't leave because he owe you money. But it's not necessarily he has your money. He can get it if he wants to, but fighters just can't be just bouncing because he do a lot of shit for you. So Adrien Broner, from what I'm getting from it, is Al Haymon may owe him some money. But at the end of the day, as he said, you know, he like, fuck that. Like, listen, I'd rather be fighting, be active, making my own money than having to be, you know, just like, you know, like under your thumb. You see what I'm saying? Like, well, you control everything. Just let me go. And he like, just fuck that money. And you can tell in his demeanor is like he talking to him on a street level. Like, look, just basically just let me go. And here we are. He's with BLK Prime. So another interesting, some other interesting things he was talking about is about the drinking. By the way, originally, he was supposed to fight Ivan Redkach. You may know Ivan Redkach from trying to cannibalize former 2 division 140, 147 pound champion Danny Garcia. You may know him from his Oscar nominated performance on a Triller card against Regis Prograis, where he was carried out on a stretcher. Well, apparently that fight fell through because one of his promoters, and he was just look it up. He was all over the internet, like really upset. He feels that he was wronged, you know, like financially, like being robbed. So he couldn't compete in the fight, and he really wanted that fight against Adrien Broner. And a lot of people felt, including myself, with the state of Adrien Broner, not knowing how serious he is, especially when you find that this motherfucker been drinking in camp. It makes you think like, you know, Ivan Redkach could have had a chance. Then it was Hank Lundy. It was supposed to be Broner versus Hank Lundy, but something happened with that promotionally. In fact, I have that article here, but here's an interview I did with Hank Lundy. Several years ago, he was fighting on the Philadelphia card. I forgot which one.
I'm whooping his ass a year in camp. Most people don't know. I helped him win 2 world titles. I've been in, altogether 3-4 camps. They all know about Hank Lundy, and they don't want to fight Hank Lundy because they know what Hank Lundy brings to the table. Go down to Headbangers and talk to some of the guys. What Hank Lundy do to Adrien Broner? We get it. Listen. If the walls could talk, they tell you the truth, man. And I ain't lying.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Adrien Broner showing up in camp. Jump, I say, I don't really take sparring seriously. That's why I was even offended when they released that Rolly getting dropped in sparring. You know, it's like sparring is sparring. You don't know how motherfuckers be feeling in camp, you know, or that day in sparring. But basically, how did that fight fall out? The latest change comes just 1 week after Philadelphia Hank Lundy was named as a new opponent for Broner, replacing Ivan Redkach, who was forced to withdraw due to a bitter dispute with promoter Joe DeGuardia. Let's see. Lundy was since removed from the mix after being dealt a suspension by the California State Athletic Commission. Okay. Lundy claimed to have provided paperwork to the event promoter, Red Boxing International, who instead had the boxer placed on indefinite suspension, and now it's become a legal matter. Okay. So it's okay. All right. Okay, but let me pull up this clip here of Adrien Broner talking about basically how he's still been drinking. By the way, this fight's taking place down in the Gateway Center I'm trying to see, what does this arena look like here? See what outside. Let's see. Okay, here's the arena. Okay. Anybody going? It's a Broner event, you know, in Georgia. So I'm imagining, how far is this from Atlanta? So I'm imagining it's going to be lit, right? Oh, shit, it's in Atlanta. Oh, yeah, I'm thinking that thing's going to be a party. Hopefully Adrien Broner can survive the temptation. I wonder how ticket sales is going. It's going to be Tevin Farmer versus Mickey Bay. That was supposed to happen originally over in Dubai or South. I don't remember. Anthony Peterson returns. Like, his career is just weird. Also, you're supposed to have Right Hook Roxy, who's supposed to be on the card as well, making her pro debut. I don't see her name here, though. Is this her real name? That is her real name. Yeah. former colleague of Fight View 360, Rob Suarez from LA, he was the one that put me on her. But this is somebody to watch in the females boxing world. I'm wondering how many pay-per-view buys it's going to do. I'm guessing like not too many. I'd be surprised if it's 30,000. You know, but BLK Prime, you know, they're coming in aggressive and they must have the money to throw at these events. By the way, did you know that Adrien Broner had once challenged me to a fight? After his mic, we were in some fake negotiations and he had challenged me openly. And even though I was really ill at the time, you know, multiple time hospitalized, but I could have made 150. I could have cut 100. I could have cut like 80 pounds, you know, to make the weight. But here's when he challenged me to the fight.
We're going to go to the last question. I want to set a record and make this a half-hour press conference.
Right here. Terrell on Fight View 360 again. You say you're hearing that you're, this is for Broner, you're saying you're hearing that you're a 5-1 underdog because what's going around is, I've been doing some surveys on social media. So basically, they're saying that Mikey Garcia is the better boxer, but you're the harder puncher. I mean, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, who say he the better boxer? How can you say that?
I did, nigga.
I said it's on social media.
I'm saying I'm just answering your question. Damn, you get mad at that I'm answering your question?
Nope.
No, I'm just saying, like, you know, in his fights he just decides to box. Who says that I come in this fight and I outbox the shit out this guy? You never know. You know, I could do it all.
Well, that's what I'm saying because you are a great boxer, but it's been known.
Am I a puncher or a boxer? Which one? Or both?
I'm going to say
boxer puncher. How about
you want my honest opinion?
Yeah.
You're a little flat-footed, but when somebody's in front of you, you're a great boxer. I'm keeping it 100. When somebody's right in front of you, you're an excellent boxer.
Okay.
So if people are not pressuring you or throwing a lot of punches, then you have a great chance to win. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, I just okay. All right, look. All right, fuck
get mad
this,
at me
Mikey.
now?
Look, Mikey, I'm still gonna pay you, and then I'll pay him $50,000 to fight me, and I'll show him how much of a boxer I am.
Y'all heard that, BLK Prime? Hey, Adrien, the phone lines are still open.
All right.
I had him rattled for the whole rest of the press conference. You know, he can't duck me forever. But anyway, let's go check out the rest of this DAZN Boxing interview about his doggone drinking. I love you, Broner, for real. So listen to this here. He's talking about his unfortunate relapse in camp and a spat that he's had in camp with Kevin Cunningham. Him basically, you know, Kevin Cunningham, like really, you know, saving his life and saving his career and, you know, getting frustrated with him.
I can go chill at home and
Here, listen to
go
this.
get on my boat. You know. Once again, I say this when I say like me and Al got different relationships than him and other fighters, and but it's just I don't know. I don't know. I come off different with people, and with Coach Kev, with Uncle Kev, he been around me since I was 6-8 years old. Mm-hmm. So we know each other. So I'm not gonna lie. It's been a time in this whole camp where it was like that told me I ain't gotta do this. I can go chill at home and go get on my boat.
So y'all been getting into it in camp, but that it's because
it's been times. It's been times, but it's like, and then it was like we went like probably it went like a week because I'm not gonna lie, I cut off and then I relapsed, and then it was like, all right, cut it back off. Then it went from me drinking every day to me only drinking on the weekends. Mm-hmm. And then when he come pick me up, it'd be like Monday, right? So I know I gotta run 5 miles on Monday. Right. But on Monday, I can't get up and run because face from Sunday.
Right.
So but I still go to the gym on Monday. You understand? Right. I just will miss the run, but I still go to the gym, and when I get to the gym, I smell like a gallon of liquor, whole thing of liquor. So on the way home, even though I train hard as he'd be like, "Hey man, you're gonna have to quit that shit on the weekend, bro. You got to stop missing these runs on Monday. You got to cut off. Listen,
and this happened during this camp.
Yeah, he talking to me on the way home, and then like with him, he'll take the long way home.
So
yeah, like give him like a deep talk, like what the fuck is you doing with your career? You got a whole nother chance, and you got this BLK Prime, throwing money at you. Got to get it together, man. But I hope that he wins. He should be able to beat this Williams kid, but this kid is hungry. It's his first pay-per-view, even though he got starched like big time and bad. This is him right here getting knocked out on Comey against John Bowser, who fought Richardson Hitchens a couple of weeks ago. So it's funny how these fighters all be like meeting each other. And what weight is Richardson Hitchens? He's 140, right? Or 135? I don't remember. He's now with Matchroom. So I don't know, man. Time will tell. Time is definitely going to tell. Let me see if I missed anything here. So we are going to be here next Saturday, covering the card. It's a very busy weekend. Next Saturday in Sunday in boxing with Fury. I forgot the other fights. In fact, let me look them up real quick. By the way, you can follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy. This was me earlier doing, some research on everything. But yeah, let me see something here. Let me pull up good old Dan Rayfield's boxing schedule, the best boxing schedule on the web. Also, be sure to take your time out, like the video, subscribe, and you can hopefully help us out if you're listening to this in a video format and drop a review. So let's see. Next week is busy. Remember, this week's flagship fight is Lee Wood versus Mauricio Lara, and Luis Nery versus Lord knows I forgot how to pronounce his name. Azad, because we call him Azad. Shane Mosley Jr. is on that card with Mario Lozano. Felix Sturm is still out there kicking around. But next week, you have the return of Heather Hardy. There's no date for that. You have the return of Guillermo Rigondeaux after a fucking doggone pressure cooker blew up in his face. That's some scary ass shit, man. Sabril Matias, Jeremiah Ponce, Jamal James, Alberto Palmetta, and Elvis Rodriguez versus Joseph Endorno. That is going to be on Showtime. Also, the Showtime pay-per-view has been announced, official for Caleb Plant, David Benavidez and Caleb Plant, which is going to have Jesus Ramos taking on Joey Spencer, Cody Crowley taking on Abel Ramos, and then you're going to have Chris Colbert taking on Jose Rayo. That's going to be a beautiful card, March the 25th. I'm loving that. Floyd Mayweather's exhibition is next week as well. Dina Thorslin, women's division's women's 118-pound champion. She's fighting next week at 122. I don't remember. And then you have Jake Paul, Tommy Fury, Inyunga Makabu taking on Badu Jack, Aston Sill versus Maxwell Awaku. That's how you pronounce his name. So busy weekend next weekend. Thanks for watching. Take your time out. Like the video. Subscribe. We're going to be back next week with a fight week preview on Adrien Broner versus Michael Williams. And it's a damn shame, but if I was you, I wouldn't bet no money on Adrien Broner. And that's just me being honest, especially when we just heard that he's still like drinking in camp. Like drinking in camp. Let's see what he has to say about Williams, though.
And I try to get off the phone as quick.
Yes.
He know what the going on, and
yeah. Was he somebody who tried to give you a good word here and there? Or
he was talking about Roy Jones. We're going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, drop a like, follow me on Twitter at TstreeT Controversy.